Hey, welcome to Tammy at Paper Nest. This is day 45 of the 100-day project. Hi. Let's back up to day 44. Remember, I said I was doing 3 journaling cards. So I did this one with the sea turtle, and I used the embroidery thread, and I used blue and green, the sea. Everything will be okay. So there's that. And you guys saw this one. All I did was add stickles. And then this one with the pink and the eyelash trim. So he's in a very fanciful little grassy pink and purple, little bit of green area. So there are those from last time. Yay! Okay, woohoo! For my prompts today, they only make sense to me. I pulled my paper I made. Yay! I'm so glad. I was waiting for this one. So this is the paper that I made. It's just from scraps and some rosemary and lavender that I just threw in there when I made it. And there's color paper and there's paper and there's Amazon paper. There's paper, all kinds of paper in this. And I actually put it in a big bucket in a screen and did the thing and made paper, and here it is. It took all day. It was a long process, but it is the coolest thing ever, and I'm hoarding it. I don't use it that much, so that's what I'm going to do. For our ABC April 2026, we're focusing on the letter F, okay? So I'm going to put this over here so I don't forget. We are working in our, let me get this out of the way. We're working in our Junk Journal Madness from Susan at I Totally Love It, her little Junk Journal Madness thing, and it's letter T, and there's, I already used all the materials, but I'm working on my 10 makes, so we're making belly bands today. We should have made belly bands on the B day, but, it is what it is. So, what is a belly band, you ask? Well, let me tell you. I got a little scrap piece of paper here to kind of show you. So basically, you glue it down like this, and then you can slide things in it like, I don't know, a journaling card, especially if you make a journaling card that is kind of lumpy and bumpy and it doesn't fit so well. Now, obviously, that's not going to work because it's too big, but if it was smaller, it would work fine just there. So, but you can stick anything in there. We'll make some envelopes and things, and it should be fine. So, that's what we're going to do. So, we're going to make belly bands. Belly bands. We're going to make 3. We might just make 1 or 2 just on camera, but I'm definitely making 3. So, I have some of my scrap here if I need it, and I'm just going to put it to the side. I have tea dye paper if I need it, and it's going to be over there on the side. And I do have some strips here that I've already torn that I'll probably end up using. And I have, for our viewing pleasure, I have these sweet little fairies. These are from, I believe these are from Ginger Journals, Etsy.com. Okay. I think, yeah. Oh, so beautiful. I printed them kind of small so they would be small enough to go on a belly band. I have some lovely fungus. We're not calling them mushrooms. We don't want to insult people by calling them mushrooms. We want to call them fungus. And flowers also starts with F. So flowers, fairies, fungus. You know. Okay, so what we got to do, the very first thing is obviously we got to cut our belly bands down. This is my cutter. I know people struggle with these cutters with keeping this thing sharp. I'm telling you the trick. The trick is this. I've replaced this one time. I've had it well over a year. When it starts getting dull and it's jaggedy, like when you're cutting it, all you gotta do is take it out and flip it over and start using the other side. And it will sharpen up. And then when it starts getting dull, guess what you do? Flip it over. Now, maybe it becomes a nubbin and doesn't cut anymore at some point, but I cut down a lot of things. And a lot of times I'm cutting down big things, big kits, and I promise you it's fine. Okay, we're just gonna kind of eyeball it. It needs to be a little bit over 4 inches width, I guess. So I don't know if you can see, but I'm just gonna cut it like that. My paper is a little thick, the paper that I made. Put that over there. And then let's just check that just to make sure. So we're gonna find a page, and as long as it kind of hits the most of the top and most of the bottom, that looks about perfect. And as far as how wide you want your belly band, that is up to you. I'm gonna go with an inch. And it doesn't matter. In fact, you don't even have to cut it. You could probably tear it. It would be fine. It would. And my paper that I made is kind of thick, so get my dauber out of the way. Okay, 1 inch. Isn't it weird when you start crafting, like you have a whole table to work on, but you end up putting yourself in this little teeny tiny box? There's 2. And there's 3. All right, so put that little guy aside. Here are our belly bands. All right. I'd like to use a little bit of tea dyed paper only because T is the letter for the whole journal, and I definitely want a T in this make, because I looked through my digitals. I just couldn't find a lot of turtles. I just don't have a lot. I love turtles. I am a turtle fan. I don't want you to think I'm not. I have a cute turtle, a fanciful turtle, but I don't have any like really good turtle imagery. So, but guess what I got a lot of? I got a lot of fairies. So we're gonna go ahead and we're just gonna use tea dyed paper in our belly band make today just to satisfy the tea portion of today's make. All right, and if you want a head start and you want to know a little bit about tomorrow, I've already got tomorrow kind of planned out. It's going to be, well, I'm not sure. I think it's going to be gears and time and gears. Like it's going to be kind of that steampunky kind of thing. I think that's where I'm going tomorrow, but it could change. All right, so I have this. Now, I know you're thinking, oh my gosh, Tammy, that's not very much color. I know, but we've got those green flowers we're going to put on, and we've got to ink these edges real quick. So, I'm excited to do the junk journal madness thing. You know, I've watched all the videos of people making it, and Susan at I Totally Love It, like, okay, like legit, when I was really, really new, which I'm still pretty new, but I mean, in the scheme of things, I'm really new if you think about it, but there's people that have been doing this like 30 years. I'm not lying, okay, and that's not me, but she has this news channel, and I ran across it. I don't know if it came just on my feed. Nobody recommended it. It just, I think YouTube just said, girl, you need this. And, yeah. And she basically runs down all the challenges that are going on, and the things, the news, the junk journal news, like crafty news. It's not just junk journals. I mean, she does, you know, coloring and all the things. And I just thought that was so cool. And it's just, you know how, I don't know if you guys get this, maybe you do. You know how like when the evening news comes on and you hear that music and you get that little sense of like all is, even though the news is terrible, but just not that all is right in the world, but that is a constant. That is a thing that is, you know, talking, because it's going to kind of lead into what tomorrow's make is about, which is time. But, you know, just like, it's just comforting. You know that the news is going to come on. The news is going to tell you what you need to know. Ooh, I like that side better. I like the little imprint of my baking sheet there. And that's kind of what it is with Susan's little news that comes on. It comes on Sundays. I think it's 6 or 7 o'clock. I mean, you know, everybody's a different time zone, but oh my gosh, I just love it. I just do. And I always listen, and maybe sometimes I might watch it on 2-speed. Okay, that's true. But it is so good. I mean, it just makes me happy. It makes me really happy. We're gonna get a little bit of fabric here because I was just thinking we need a little texture under our fairies, because I don't know why that fairies need texture, but they do. My fairies do. I don't know what your fairies need, but mine do. That was a little short. That's all right though. Okay, so here are Thori belly bands. Let's get a little bit of Fabri-Tac on here. Mine is almost gone. Like this make might be the end of the Fabri-Tac for me, and then I'll have to open a new bottle. Luckily for you, I already have that already open and ready to go, but you don't have to watch me do that. Not that you would anyway, because I would just stop it and just do it. You know, because it's got that little plastic seal on it. It's very annoying. Well, at least it is to me. I don't know about you guys. All right, so there we go. So here's how it's gonna look. So let me just kind of get them on here so you can kind of see, and then that way you can fast forward me if you want, if you don't want to see me glue it down. So there are the fairies. We are going to put the funguses up here, like so. And we'll put these flowers at the bottom. These flowers were in the first haul from the very first auction. And they're just little crochet flowers. Are so sweet. I could probably do that, but hey, I had some made already, so I'm going with it. And these are from DJ Hitler and Jan. Okay, and I already told you about ginger journals for those. Okay, and of course the paper on the back is mine. And the tea-dyed paper is mine too. But I mean, you know, it is what it is. That's it. Okay, so let's glue these down. We're gonna go ahead and use Fabri-Tac because there's kind of a lot of lumpy, bumpy stuffs here. And we certainly don't have to do it all neat. We can do it kind of cattywampus because we do what we want. Fairies don't fly straight, they fly the way they want to fly. And then a flower here at the bottom, get kind of a lot on there because I definitely want that way down there because I definitely want to see a little bit of that tea-dyed paper now. Okay, that's one. Good, fabulous. Hope I'm on camera here. All right, so we're gonna do this one this way. We might need to blot that just a little. Might have got a little excited with that one. All right, and then we're gonna get this. Put her, whoosh, whoosh. That's the one thing with Fabri-Tac, it's stringy. Get that on there. Oh, I think we're coming to the end of the bottle. Come on, just a little bit more, you can do it. Okay, did I tell you I already inked those? I did already ink those, so you didn't have to watch me do that. Oh my goodness, come on, just a little more, Fabri-Tac. You can do it. I know what you're thinking. You're like, Tammy, just get the other bottle. Okay, I will. Let me just get the last bit out of that one. Okay, other bottle. Here we go. Told you I had it ready. All right. And then, oh, fresh glue, yay. All right, get her on there. And the flower. Ta-da. All right, perfect. We're not gonna set this one upside down just yet, just because the other one's sitting there and get that last bit out of there a little later. All right, let's go ahead and wink a Stella. Our feathers. Did I say feathers? I meant to say fairies. Wings. Let's do it. We'll just make it real pretty. There we go. You probably can't see it that much on your end, but on my end, it looks really cool. Okay, good. Fabulous. Awesome. See, the bad thing about using these is obviously like, you know, oh, I didn't mean to move camera, sorry. Is, you know, it adds bulk. But, I mean, what are you going to do? All right. So, here, oops, stay over there. Here is our beautiful journal. We need some belly bands. We're going to put some belly bands. We're going to put a belly band right here. Like that. Oh, so pretty. All right. We'll use the PVA glitter glue mix. All right. Okay, so I'll come back in a little bit and slide something under there. That page is, I don't know, maybe. That's our hidden pocket. I don't think we want to bulk that up, but we need to pretty this up. But we're probably gonna cover that up. So let's just go in here. Let's even it out a little bit. Let's go back here. We'll do one right here because this page is kind of needing a little help. So we're gonna help it out. All right, now, if you are thinking you would like to get into doing something like this, there are a couple makers you need to watch. Ooh, Jennifer on the patio. I think that's right. I always want to say on the front porch. Is it front porch or is it patio? It's something like that. Anyway, she's celebrating a big deal, and she's got some freebies available. And I just highly recommend. We're gonna put one on this side because we didn't put one on that side. You should go to hers. I'll link her channel. She is easy to listen to. She's very kind, and her makes aren't I don't know how to explain it. Like, they're beautiful. Her designs are beautiful. Her digitals are beautiful, but it's not so complicated that it makes you go like, oh, well, I'm never going to be able to do that. Like, it's not like that. She's not like that. In fact, a lot of makers are not like that, but some of them are, you know, they're very good at what they do, and they're very complicated. But if you follow along, you'll be fine. Okay. So we have our belly bands in and on pages. And so basically now, let me grab a Jumbly doll. So I could slide a Jumbly doll even in the belly band. And she's got a lot of legs and arms, but she would go in there. Maybe let's slide her this way. And we could just slide her right there, and she could just live right there. We could put a secret note to somebody. We'll be like, the secret note, I don't want anybody to see this. I'm gonna put it right here in this belly band. I'm gonna hide it. Okay, lots of things. Okay, and we're gonna make some envelopes on one of these days. I don't know which day, but I'll figure it out. But basically, we'll do that. Okay, so that is our make today. Short and sweet, but so beautiful. Fairies, fungus, and flowers. I mean, how can you go wrong? I hope that you have a good and crafty day. I hope you do some art today, and I hope you remember that life is always better when we ink those edges. Thanks for watching. I'll see you tomorrow.